continuing our broadcast from Las Vegas from the Human Touch exhibit, where all of our guests get to experience the lovely Supernovo $10,000 massage chair. And boy, do you feel like a different person when you finish that. I'm Dave Graveline. This is Into Tomorrow, our 28th year launching on the air. Delighted that you've tuned into tomorrow. Be sure to not miss any of our continued coverage, several weeks worth of interviews showing new products, talking with guests about new concepts and all sorts of interesting things. So don't miss a minute. An industry leader trusted in 4 out of 10 U.S. homes. That means something right there. With a legacy in smart, sustainable home electrification. Not to be confused with electrocution. That's a whole other story. Vice President of Strategy for the Home and Distribution Division from Schneider Electric is Florent Berard. Welcome into Tomorrow, Florent. How are you?
Thank you for having me. Very good. What about you?
Doing fine with what little voice I have left. The throat goes fast here in the desert. But thanks for joining us. First, tell us a little bit about Schneider Electric, and then specifically what you're talking about here.
Yeah, of course. So Schneider Electric is 180 years expertise into energy management and automation for building or large and critical sites.
180 years of experience.
Absolutely.
And who would have thought back 180 years ago that there was even discussion about things like automation?
Yeah, you're right.
Right?
Absolutely.
But you guys began that whole concept a long time ago.
Yep.
And it's brought a lot of experience.
It does, absolutely. And it applies for residential, small building, critical building, and energy management definitely became something very critical and important those days.
And these days, now homeowners are certainly more concerned about energy management with the cost from power companies going up like crazy and so many things happening that suddenly everybody else is thinking about energy management as they should have been all along, right?
Yeah, and we do foresee 3 things that truly bring that awareness and need and urgency when it comes to energy management. The first one is about power outage. I mean, something crazy to know about is back in 2020, almost each single American experienced roughly 8 to 10 hours of power outage during the single year.
So everybody in the country had some experience on average.
Exactly. And 10 hours is quite significant. And that was 2 years ago. So can you imagine now with all the things and how it goes? So it's even more than that. So there is a need for people to have access to energy and to be able to have reliable source of energy.
There certainly has been more stress on the power grid, more people charging electric vehicles, more people using electricity in many different ways becomes an issue. And therefore the power grid has got more of a challenge. Now each of our homes, we need to be more efficient.
We need, and price of electricity is going up.
Yes.
And as you said, we use more and more electronic devices, so the use of energy has increased dramatically over the years. So between power outage that becomes a concern, price, and use of energy which is increasing, there is a need for people to reduce the use of the energy or at least using in an efficient way. And that's why we're committed to do with Schneider Electric.
Good. Well, then how are you helping the challenges of homeowners then? What is it that you guys are doing that's helping?
Absolutely. And this year we are very excited because this year in the CES we are presenting what we call Schneider Home. And what Schneider Home does, it enables people to produce, store, monitor, and control energy by using only one app. So we stop using 5-10 different apps. Yeah. We stop being confused about, okay, if I do this one on that one and something else on the other one, how those 2 things going to play together? No, that's over. One app, super user-friendly, that will help you to optimize your different devices, your different loads or sources of energy. So you will produce from the solar, you will store with your battery. Everything will be controlled from your panel. All the brain power will come from the panel, and this is what we are expert on. We have built expertise upon the years on panels, as you mentioned. 1 out of 4 homes in the US or even globally are Schneiders. The panel will bring that smartness to the home to have optimization of the energy use, reduction of the bill, and also reduction of the CO2 emission, which is important for the future generations.
Sure. Yep. So then you're replacing perhaps an existing panel with a Schneider panel that is putting all this together?
Either you replace or you can even retrofit your installation with an external panel that you add in top to the existing one, so you don't have to replace everything. But it applies to both. So you can have a new installation or retrofit the existing one. The installation exists, technology exists, and it's easy enough for people to act quickly.
Sure. Are you also then providing or supplying or helping to make connections, I guess, for people with things like solar panels or battery storage, or is that part of what you're doing as well, or is it pretty much the controller, the panel?
No. We do provide the full solution. So we call that Schneider Home. Schneider Home is made of different things. So the Schneider Pulse is the panel, because we call that really the brain of the solution.
Right.
The Schneider Inverter is a Schneider inverter that allows to be agnostic to any solar panel installation that can be found on the market.
Oh, that's helpful.
Yeah, very good.
Yes.
We have the Schneider Charge, which is our own EV charger solution that also enables you to charge your EV car if you have one. And then we have what we call the Schneider Touch. It's all the different appliances, switches, and sockets that you can have inside your home to control your lighting or your different devices. So all those equipment will be all controlled together through the Schneider Pulse.
Excellent. And you're calling this whole concept the Schneider Home.
Schneider Home, absolutely.
Very good. And how much does something like this cost for someone to implement, whether it's a retrofit or otherwise?
I think we have to take in consideration one thing. When people go for such a solution, it comes in addition of investment on solar panel or an EV car. So we have to look at the overall investment. Just our solution, we should consider roughly around $10,000, the full solution. But if you consider that in regard to the full investment that people are willing to make,
sure,
it's quite a quick return on investment.
And of course, you're investing in your home's future, right? So for into tomorrow, you've got that investment, and you're saving on energy.
Absolutely. Every single day you're saving in energy, and the app will also be here to help you, to advise you to how to even optimize your savings using more solar battery to be autonomous from the grid.
Gotcha. And that's important.
Absolutely.
Because if you're depending on your power company, you're going to be disappointed.
You can. And also you don't want to have your fridge or your oven to turn off when you have a power outage.
That's for sure.
The system will also be smart enough to secure the critical loads and maybe stop the others. So all that smartness will be from the panel through the app for the users, fully customized. And the solution also can be only with a panel and an EV charger to begin with, and it can evolve as the customer has different needs.
Terrific. Well, of course, you want more information, and you can get that about Schneider Home from the company that we award the easiest website for anyone we've interviewed, I think, so far this week, se.com. Can't beat that. SE for SchneiderElectric.com. Florent, you're a delight to talk with. Very cool stuff you're working on. I think it's going to help a whole lot of folks.
Yeah, we hope so.
By all means. Again, SE.com. There you go. Very easy. But we'll get you there, too, when you visit us at intotomorrow.com. I'm Dave Graveline. There is much more to come from this trade show in Las Vegas. Stay tuned to the Advanced Media Network.